at the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside, gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone.
Good morning, guys. Guess what? Mickey Mouse is coming to Australia. I'm so excited. Oh my god, oh my god. I woke up this morning to the news. I'm just on my phone, by the way. Give me 1 second. Trying to order my coffee. I've got so much to say today. Mickey Mouse. I woke up to the news that Mickey Mouse is coming to Australia via cruise lines. Disney Cruises are going to come to Australia. Disney Magic's coming to Australia, and they're going to do, I think they're going to do a few months of cruises, because they're coming in October 2023 and leaving again February 2024. If we don't make it onto the Disney cruise ship, we may see them in Sydney, like the actual cruise ship in Sydney, because the day that it comes back into Sydney from a 4-day cruise, because they only do short cruises, by the way, but they'll come generally short cruises. The day it comes back in is the day we actually leave on our New Zealand cruise. So I'm so excited. We have our New Zealand cruise booked, so I really would love to do a Disney cruise. Obviously that was my plan if we go to America and stuff, try to do that. However, well, I'm just in arms about it, because who would have expected this? Not me. I was like, they kept saying it for years, and then they're like, no, that's not going to happen, and then here it is. Oh my god, I can't breathe. Okay, so we're going on a cruise for Johnny's 40th New Zealand. I wanted to go to Disney World, Disneyland, whatever, something for my 40th, but we didn't get there. So the plan was that after the New Zealand cruise, we would try to get to America. So it may be silly for me to do a Disney cruise, because that's like probably 5-6 grand that we could put towards America. So it may not be smart to do it. But I'm so excited that they're coming. I'm just so excited. I just can't believe it. But we'll do a little bit of research today, have a little bit of a look at it. For anyone that's interested, we'll have a look and see what's going on with it. But today is a bad day for it, because I actually have to leave town. I'm going to pick up Rhiannon, and we're going to Costco today. We're going to go to Melbourne, so we thought we'll go to Costco and have a bit of a look around, maybe do a shop with me and stuff. So I've got to go get her. I've got to go get her, and then got coffees, and I'm so excited. I just don't even know what. I'm just so excited. And thank you, Rachel, from One of a Dozen. As soon as I woke up this morning, I had a message from her, because she's over at Disney World at the moment, and she had a link to, this is how I found out, on Instagram, Disney Cruise Lines saying it. And I was on Disney Cruise Lines website actually last night. Like, I was on there last night having a look at some other things, and it wasn't on there. So I was so excited to wake up to the news today. So thank you, Rachel, for telling me. I'm just like beside myself, just beside myself. Okay, I'm at Rhiannon's house. We're picking up Rhiannon. So we're going to Costco today. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I just rang her. I'm like, oh my god, Mickey Mouse is coming. I can't even control myself, honestly. I'm just like, I'm so excited. Disney generally only do, like in America, the cruises I look at, it's like never more than 7 days. It's usually, like, that's rare to be over 7 days. But they're usually 3-4 day cruises. So I don't know where they're gonna cruise. If they're only gonna do that amount of days, I would say that it's probably gonna just be along the coast of Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited. Oh my god, guys. Oh, here comes Rhiannon. Where is she? I can see the garage door coming. I'm excited to go to Costco. This is our first time of going together. We keep planning on going together, and we never make it because, oh, she's gonna get it. We never make it because something always pops up. One of the kids is sick or something. Oh, there she is. Oh, what's she doing? Oh, she's putting her bags. You're not gonna sit in the back seat.
I'm gonna sit in the back.
Oh, she's coming. I was just telling them how excited I am about the Disney cruises. Rhiannon's not a huge Disney person. She likes Disney movies, but she's not really fussed on Disneyland. But we got some food. Not much today, but we did get some. Look at Rhiannon. She's been so good taking her trolleys away. She's taking both of them. Look at the trolleys there. They're actually stacked out so far onto the road that cars are trying to get around them. They're so bad. Don't know why people just didn't do what Rhiannon did and take it on the other side. Look at her. That was the cheapest Costco run I've ever done. I don't know about you. I only spent like, how much did I work out? It's like 40, it was under $50 for me because I didn't get that much, obviously. But I have to mention, we're going to go home now and then I'm going to talk to you guys more about the Disney cruise stuff because that's what today's video is. But so many of you keep messaging me and telling me and tagging me and stuff about all the cruise stuff. I will just quickly say, oh, I'll tell you when I get home, but they've just started, they're slowly updating the actual Disney cruise website with little things, like every hour I'm going on and there's new things sort of popping up with prices and stuff like that. And you can view the Disney cruises, all the Disney cruises, even the ones overseas at the moment, in Australian dollars now, which you couldn't do that last night because I was on there last night. I had no idea that they were going to announce the cruises or anything, but I was on there just looking for myself, planning holidays, and it was all still in US dollars and all of that. So this is very exciting. I'm excited. Rhiannon's like, oh, you are? Yay!
Not as excited as Christy.
No, I'm so excited, guys. Oh my god.
Well,
got Isabella's mini ears on, very fitting for today's video. I come home and put them on. I was like, guess what, kids? Mickey Mouse is coming to town. I'm so excited. All right, I'll pull them off. But I'm going to jump on the Disney cruise site right now and we're going to have a little bit of a look. Oh, I don't know if you're going to see me there. Maybe. I might need to shut the blind so you can see me. That's better, you can kind of see me there. Okay, so I am just jumping on the computer. I went on my phone, but it wasn't loading very well. I would say there's probably a lot of people on. It's like I have got messages all day. I was with Rhiannon, she had someone call her and tell her about it. She's got messages, like it's all over Facebook, it's everywhere because obviously a lot of people are very excited about this, which is great. Not everyone's a Disney fan, so they're not really going to care, but there are still a lot of people that are very excited, me included. So we're going to jump on the Disney cruise site and just have a little bit of a look and see if they've updated anything since earlier on. I did check it before, like when I was going to pick up Rhiannon, and I saw that they put Australian dollars on there, which was, oh my god, it looks so good. I'll show you guys in a second. But they had US dollars, but they also had Australian dollars, which they've never had before. And I was on here last night. I was on here just playing around, having a look at cruises, leaving out of San Diego and out of Florida. Because obviously you guys know I really want to book a trip to America in either Disneyland or Disney World. There's a whole other thing with that, and I'll do a separate video on just me trying to decide and how torn I am with things, plus the cost. That's the biggest thing. So I was looking at cruises as well. I know Disney cruises are a lot more than your normal cruises. They are, because of all the entertainment and everything that goes on the ships. If you look at other people's videos, it does look different to other cruises I've been on in that way. So, I mean, it's Disney. I guess that's what it is, you know. So if you want to, I guess, you know, do a Disney cruise, then you have to pay for it. What I will say, someone's already asked me about, like, you know, with Disney cruises, can you just pay a deposit and then pay the rest of it off? Now, previous to this, anytime I've mucked around with these, yes, you do that. It's always been that. But I'll click through and see if there's anything. I don't think they're really, they're kind of saying some dates on this PDF that someone sent me a copy of it, but they're not really saying what kind of cruises they've got, like where all they're saying is from Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Auckland. They seem to be doing that area. The website said previously that it was, they did say Fiji, like South Pacific. So I think Fiji and stuff is only included for the repositioning of the cruise ship. So that is the cruises that go from probably, I would say San Diego is probably up here at the moment, and it's kind of going to come down to Hawaii and then from Hawaii around to Sydney. That's what's going to happen. I'd say they're probably going to stop at Fiji on the way. I did read something, it was like a 15-day cruise or something from Hawaii, so that would make sense. And then the repositioning at, I think it's February, when it goes back to America. So it's only here between October and February at this point, the ship. And it's, what is it? Wonder of the, oh, not Wonder of the Seas. It's just called Disney Wonder. Disney Wonder is the ship that's coming. That, when it does its repositioning back to America, it's going to go back the way. So I think what's happening within the Australian sort of section is it's just going to be doing New Zealand, Australia. I think that's what the cruises are. They've said 2, 3, 4 and 6. I think that's what it was listed. We'll have a look at all this. Cruises, that's what's going to be going. But the fact they're going from Melbourne, like that never happens. Like, I mean, it does for New Zealand and that's it. So there are other cruises that go from Melbourne actually, like down to Tasmania and stuff, but generally the bulk of cruises in Australia are definitely leaving from Sydney, especially if they're international, or Brisbane. That's usually what happens. So I would say, because Melbourne's involved in this and stuff, may go to New Zealand, but it'll be up the coast probably. But I don't know, I'm just guessing all this. I'm very excited. Let's have a look at this. This is very exciting. Look, new Disney Magic is Magic, what is it? Magic at Sea is coming to New Zealand and Australia. Limited time sailings, 2023 and 2024. I'm so excited, I can't even talk, guys. That looks like the Disney Wonder, because the other ships, like obviously the Wish and Fantasy, those ships are bigger and they have the aqueduct around the top. So see, this one's got, I can see a water slide there. So this is very much representation of the ship. I'd say they've actually used the ship. So let's have a look. This is on their homepage. So they've just announced at the D23, I think that's a big expo, calling all Aussies and Kiwis. Ah! Beginning October 2023 with 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 night cruises from Auckland, Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney. All right, looking good. We've got a little map there. Oh, see how it's sort of going around and that's why I'm thinking, oh, imagine if it was going like, I don't know if it would do that. I don't think it's going up above Brisbane by the looks of it. Unless it leaves from Brisbane, I'm not sure. Anyway, you can see the usual stuff on here, the restaurants and things. We'll say one thing I've noticed is a difference with the Disney cruises as opposed to like other cruises I've been on and your usual cruises from Australia. Usually with like Carnival and P&O at least, because I've been on both of those, there's always one restaurant that is a buffet restaurant and you go there for breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can pay for other restaurants for meals in there, but usually you have the big buffet section and stuff. Disney, from what I've seen on other people's videos and things, it's not like that. It's a rotational dining sort of schedule every day. So if you're on a 3-night cruise, you have dinner at 3 different restaurants, so 1 each night, and you get rotated like that. And then your waiter or steward, I'm not sure what they're called, but that person goes with you between all the restaurants every single night, so you get a different experience. So I've seen a Marvel restaurant, a Frozen restaurant. I don't think the Frozen restaurant would be on this ship because it's on like the really big ships. And then there's one I really want to go into actually, which is this one here. This is like, I think they call it the Animators Restaurant maybe, but it starts off all black and white. There's no color. See how you see color? And you get to your table at the start of the evening, everything's kind of black and white, no color, and then things start changing and color appears by the end of the night. It's a whole interactive thing and it's really cool. So that's always fun to sort of see people do. Besides a Frozen restaurant, I would really love to see it. The Frozen restaurant on the Disney Wish, that huge massive ship that they've got now, looks incredible. You go into Arendelle and it's Queen Anna, not Princess because she turned into Queen. Queen Anna's like engagement party type thing and stuff. Like it's a whole thing. I've seen the Marvel restaurant as well. It looks so cool. Like it's been amazing. So yeah, there's no buffet from what I've seen, unless there is for breakfast maybe. Maybe there's a buffet for breakfast and stuff, but from what I see, I think you can only do the rotational, you know, dining for dinner. So I think that's the way it is. All right, what else are we seeing here? So it's on sale to all guests 29th of September 2022. So the 29th of September is when you can go on the website, which is, by the way, disneycruise.disney.go.com. Just type in Disney Cruises, it should show up. But that is the official website that you would go on, and you'll go on there and you can see all the sailing dates and costs and things. All right, so I've just clicked on the sailing dates. Now this is not a very good indication. This is not how obviously it's normally set up. I'll show you how it's normally set up, but let me scroll here. You can see here they've got all the sailing dates from Sydney, all the sailing dates from Melbourne. They have some prices here, but it says prices starting from, so this is only for 2-night cruises, okay? So on double occupancy. So for us, where we've got 4 people, this will be a little bit less. It'll be a bit cheaper. But for an inside stateroom, $720 US. So converted into Australian dollars, I'll do the math in a minute, but that's pretty expensive, especially for 2 nights. So this would just be for a couple, but we'll do the math in a second. So you've got ocean view stateroom, so that's just a porthole usually. Ocean view stateroom with veranda, so that's a balcony, and concierge stateroom with veranda. That's just a whole like suite kind of thing, usually on the ship. So we've got Melbourne dates there. Definitely go on the website to have a look at this. Brisbane dates, and then Auckland dates and prices. So there's prices all through here. So, oh, Melbourne looks, why is Melbourne so much cheaper? I don't know why Melbourne is cheaper. Because this says 2 nights, that's Melbourne, and that's Sydney. It is much cheaper. I don't know why Melbourne is so much cheaper, but that's good for me because this is where I live. They also mention down the bottom in very fine print, it says, so it includes GST and taxes and things, but it says it does not include optional gratuities, is that how you say it? So tips, $29 to $46.50 US per person. So from my experience, I haven't been to the mainland of America, but I've been to Hawaii, and usually like tips and stuff aren't included in the prices obviously, but when you get your bill, a lot of the time they just put it on there and you just have to pay it. So when we've gone on cruises before, we have given, you know, you usually have like, I don't want to say butler, I think it's called a steward, like a room steward. Same person that comes and looks after your room, looks after you all the time. It's wonderful, like it's really wonderful. We've always given them some sort of tip because they're usually people that are away from their families for months on end, working, just trying to provide for their family. That's what's happened in the past. So we've always done that as appreciation and stuff. I guess this would be similar, and you would just, it's not included, but I would think that they would expect it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. That would be up to you, I guess. All right, so let's just, as an example, say Sydney, we'll just convert the, what is it, 720 US into Australian dollars. Right, so 720 US dollars, this is as a starting point for a 2-night cruise from Sydney for only 2 people. So if you've got 4 people, it's usually cheaper than this. But $720 for 1 person is going to cost you $1,052. So that's a lot. It is a lot. I would say you're probably, I don't know, you'd have to weigh it up on whether it's worth it for you and the experience. I don't know if they'll leave in February. I think that's when they're leaving to go back to America with this ship. Whether, if it's successful, maybe they'll just come back to Australia again and maybe things will be a little bit different. But I think for the experience, and it's gonna sell out quickly, even though that's really high priced, it's gonna sell out. Like it for sure will sell out because people will grab at that opportunity to be able to do something Disney where they couldn't maybe afford to go over to America and do Disney, because it's very expensive to go over there and do Disneyland or Disney World, of course. So yeah, that gives you a rough idea. Oh, let me have a look at Melbourne for me, for instance. What is it, $546? This is just for 2 people again, so it would be cheaper per person. It's about $800. So it'd be cheaper per person for us, having the 4 of us, but then it's obviously a bigger amount over 4 people. But that's only for 2 nights too. I would expect to pay $798 if I could get a 4-night cruise, because generally they're pretty, like I said, not very long cruises with Disney generally. If I could do a 4-night cruise for about $4,000, all inclusive, all your food and everything's included, which is amazing. Your entertainment, there's endless entertainment on a Disney cruise. There's shows, there's Disney shows, like there's a lot of things on there. If I could do that for $4,000, to me that would be worth it. That would be amazing. I guess the thing I'm thinking about though is, would I pay that and then take that $4,000 from maybe an actual trip to America, an actual trip to, hello, an actual trip to Disneyland or Disney World. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to weigh up that option. What is it? Oh, you're going to wear your costume, your witch's costume. All right. The problem I'm seeing right now is anything I click on, like if I click on this for exciting itineraries, it just comes back to this one PDF. So I guess this is not going to be updated until, what about this one? It's not going to be updated, no, until September 26th, I guess, which is a little bit annoying. I did see this morning when I clicked through, what about this one? No, same one. I did see this morning 2 dates. I saw 2 cruises. One was in October and one was in February, but they did not have, it was only like a 3 or 4 night cruise, and they didn't have any prices. So that's disappointing. So I think that's the same thing again. Yeah, it just keeps going back to that. So hopefully they update. Like, it would be great to have some prices put up like as soon as possible so people could look, plan, decide, and not just jump on the 26th, because this site is going to be just probably, you know, be hard to get on, obviously, on the 26th. Oh, it says the 29th here. This says the 29th, but I read the 26th somewhere else. Where did I read that? And it might have been on that PDF. Okay, so say the 29th, but it's probably going to jam up the site. Like, honestly, there's going to be that many people on here, and it will sell out very quickly to people, I'm sure. So that's all we can see on the Australian one, unfortunately. But just as a, let me find, let's go find a cruise. I'll just show you guys a little bit of a look. What they've actually done, like I said, because they've actually got Australian dollars on here now too, which is amazing. So you can see this one, for instance, this is a 3-night cruise from San Diego through Mexico. So they've got 1,014 US dollars and 1,480 US dollars. So it's actually got the Australian dollar conversion now. That's for only 2 guests. That's a total price, by the way. That's amazing. Like, for 3 nights, why is Australia so much cheaper? I don't know. Like, this is a 3-night cruise for 2 guests. The total price is that. So I don't know why it seems cheaper, obviously, than what Australia is going to be. I'm not sure. We won't know until they put the prices up, but it gives you a bit of an idea, indication of prices. I was going to say prizes, but prices. And how good would it be? They're doing October and they're going to be here at Christmas. They might actually do the very maritime cruises. So the whole ship's themed Christmas. All the characters are dressed Christmas. Or you've got the Halloween as well, which would be so fun to see. So they're usually a little bit more expensive, those cruises. But as you can see how they're just like a lot of 4-night, 3-night cruises. Like, it's pretty normal for Disney to do this type because it's so costly, I guess. They've got to keep the costs down. Like, if they had a 15-night cruise, I can't imagine how much that cruise will be. The repositioning cruise from Hawaii and things, how much that would be. It's probably going to be quite expensive. Someone did ask me about the whole deposit thing. Obviously, I don't know the answers to this. But in the past, when I've gone through a Disney cruise and actually put in like dates and everything and gone through to the end, I could see that it was a deposit. I'm sure that's what I've seen in the past. Definitely, like the accommodation at Disneyland and Disney World, it's always a deposit and then you can pay off, you know, the rest. So I would assume the cruises would be the same, but let's just do a fake cruise and see what comes up. Maybe we'll do a 3-night and we'll see what happens. This will be in the US, obviously, so it's not exact, but it might give us a bit of an indication maybe on what's happening. I mean, that would be the best thing. Otherwise, it's going to restrict people a lot, obviously, to be able to pay up for $5,000 up front straight away. So it would make sense to do deposits. Anyone I've done cruises with, it just requires a deposit and then you just pay it off. That's what we're doing with our New Zealand cruise at the moment. We have a New Zealand cruise booked for February 2024, for Johnny's 40th birthday. He wants to go to New Zealand. He wants to go see the Hobbiton movie set. It was his thing. I wanted to go to Disney, like I've said before. We did not get there for a number of reasons, but COVID was a big one too. Isabella was still young. We definitely didn't have the money. Johnny changed jobs and everything, so we never made it. But that's why I'm hoping to make it again at some point. So we'll just put in a fake cruise here and let's see what happens at the end. Okay, so I've actually just realized I've done this on the Disney Wish. Now the Disney Wish is their newest, biggest ship. It's actually more expensive than the others. So I will test this on another ship just to see if this will do the same thing. But as always, like, the kids are a little bit cheaper, so that's a good thing to sort of note. So that might make things a little bit more affordable for people. Now it is coming up with, like, this is just US dollars, it's not showing me Australian dollars now, and they do have an amount due today of $1,000. Now this, what is the date? I don't know what this date of this actual, oh, here we go. I just clicked on any cruise, so December 30th. So it's for December this year. So it gives you an idea, but they're asking for $1,000 deposit, pretty much US dollars, but just pretending this is Australian dollars. $1,000 deposit, and then you would have the remaining balance due October 31st. Now that's pretty normal. That's like, what, 2 months? So it's usually, with any cruise I've been on, 60 days prior to the actual cruise date, you have to have the final balance done. So I guess we're not really gonna know, we're not gonna know the prices or anything until they release them. The deposit, looking at this, is what, 20%, so you need to think about that. And then you'll be able to pay off things, but whatever month you pick, you need to think, okay, the balance is going to be due at least 60 days prior to that. So you really need to budget it out and map it out. Yeah, it's going to be a lot for people because they're just going until, what was it, I think February 2024. I think it's February when the ship will leave. So I don't know, it's going to be something a lot of people will want to do, but maybe won't be able to afford to do. For us, like, we've already got New Zealand booked, and then my plan was the next trip after that, we're really going to try to get to America. So like I said, I don't know whether I'll do this. However, when I mentioned before that I saw 2 dates show up in this other section for Australia, they're gone now, but they did show up, and it showed that must have been like a 3 or 4 day cruise, and then it was going to come back, I think, into Sydney on February 16th. That is the day that we're leaving for the New Zealand cruise. So there's a chance, even if I don't make it on the ship, I might see the ship in Sydney, which would be amazing. But you know, it's probably not likely that we'll make it onto the ship. I just don't think we will, unless it's very, very much more affordable than I'm thinking. Then maybe we would, but like I said, you know, $4,000 or $5,000, to me, I could use that for flights to America. It's probably not going to cover the whole flights, but it's still part of the way there. So I don't know. If I thought I would never make it to America, then I would definitely book the cruise, because I could pay it off. I would do it. Like, I absolutely would be able to do it. But with the chance that we could at least go to California and see Disneyland, because I will go into this, like I said, everyone keeps asking me, would I go to Disney World, Disneyland? I'm very torn, because Disney World is like another planet. It's so big and so huge that there's bus systems, trains, monorails, the gondolas, like everything to get around it. Like, there's 4 parks over there. It's massive, it's huge. It would be amazing to be in that, you know, and really experience everything. Disneyland, however, is where, you know, that's where Walt Disney was. He walked there, he lived there in the apartment. He, you know, it was his thing that he built and dreamed about. He unfortunately died before Disney World obviously was built, but he was obviously part of it and dreaming of it and all of that. But I just think Disneyland is very special for someone like me that appreciates and loves actual Walt Disney and everything he did, and just, you know, just everything, and the fact that it was the first one in the world, obviously, and everything. I think I have more of an appreciation of stuff like that. Like I would like to see his apartment that he was in, above the fire brigade it is. I would like to see the bench that he sat on when he dreamed up, watched his kids on this carousel in a park and dreamed up Disneyland. I would like to see that stuff. It's very special to me. It's more than just a theme park, so I would really love to, you know, walk in his steps and be there and stuff. So I'm always very torn to Disneyland, but Disneyland is very small compared to Disney World. Very small. But there is the California Adventure Park with it as well. So there's 2 parks there, theme parks. And that looks incredible. It's got Cars Land in it. That would be amazing to see as well. So, you know, I'm very torn because I want to go over there and that. And it would be a bit cheaper to go over there, obviously, than to go over to Florida. So I don't know, it's all there, and I'm gonna make it happen because it's the only thing that I really do want to do, and I've always wanted to do all my life. And I've had so many times where I probably could have and I didn't because I kind of, you know, gave it up for other reasons and other things and other people and things like that. So before I die, I just want to get there somewhere. So I'll probably make it to Disneyland. I also think I wouldn't, if I went to Disney World first and then went to Disneyland, I fear that I would have disappointment with Disneyland because it is so much smaller. So I think Disneyland would be the better choice, but I don't know, we'll see. But look at this, Disney cruises. The plan was actually to go, if I could get to Disneyland, because if I went to Disney World, I know the cost of it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, a cruise over there would be amazing as well. But oh my gosh, the expense of all of that would be a lot. But to experience a Disney cruise, I thought, well, Disneyland, if I go over there and then we did a small Disney cruise, then that would be more achievable. And I thought, oh, we could do that. But hey, it's in Australia. Maybe I could do it here. I don't know. I'm very torn right now. I'm so torn. I don't know. I'm so excited for the fact that it's coming, and it gives a little glimmer of hope that maybe they'll continue to keep coming back to Australia, because I feel like it's going to be very successful here in Australia. I really do. I think it'll bring a lot of the US over here too, like Disney lovers, and just seeing Australia, especially with the repositioning of the ships and stuff like that. So if they were to return again with more ships or another ship or whatever, I think you know, it would bring a lot to Australia for sure. So I don't know, fingers crossed, I guess. Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing, guys. But anyway, that's my excitement for today, guys. Went to Costco, very excited about that. Bought a little bit. It'll show up in the grocery, the main grocery shop for this fortnight. It will show up in there. I didn't buy a lot. I bought like party pies, a big pack that you'll see, bread and pretzels because I need the rest of the money for normal shopping stuff. But you will get to see that. But I just, all day today, I've had messages from people, all of you guys that watch me regularly and know me, messaging me and telling me about the cruises and stuff. So I did really want to come home and just have a look at this and see what's on here. I have had a lot of people ask me questions and I don't know the answers. Like, I can speculate and go off by what I've seen previously every time I go on this website. But well, I'm like you. I'm not going to know the answers until, you know, everything gets released and the answers are there. Do you know what I mean? But I am very excited. I am. Even if I don't end up on it, I'm very excited for any of you guys that do end up on it, because I know a lot of you are looking at this now. So it's going to be fun times ahead, guys, definitely. All right, I'm gonna end today's vlog. I hope this wasn't too boring. Hopefully anyone that clicked on this vlog today is just interested in the Disney cruise stuff for what's happening in Australia. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what unfolds, and I'll keep you guys up to date, I guess. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video for what it was, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.
You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance.